This is Shelton and Peanut at the TLC Clinic, January 21st, 2017. Thank you so much for coming to the clinic. I'm going to let both runs go through. The run on the right is your afternoon run. The run on your left is your morning run. You shaved off 0.6 of a second from a 17.8 to a 17.2. And if you'll notice in the morning, she didn't want to leave the herd. She wasn't so sure about wanting to go to that launch pad to make a run. So where you took off angle-wise, it kind of put you in a bad position for first. The angle was tougher. It made your rate a little late. If you notice your second and third barrel on the left, you're kind of pulling her to the side in your turns and just not staying in the middle of her. But if you notice the run on the right, you shave that half second off because one, you got in the lined up with the center of the alleyway, which would be lined up with third barrel. So I'm going to go ahead and have them both go through again now, and I'm going to let them go through slow play. And let's put them on slow motion, and I'm going to try to get them even with each other. So they're about the same at takeoff. So she's a little hesitant there, but I'm going to mark here where you take off with her, okay? So I want you to notice right there. All right, so notice the banner, okay? The banner is centered with third barrel. I do that on purpose so everyone has a focal of where to stop and start. So you take off really close to that first barrel. You're probably halfway between the first and the third. So then when she takes off, it makes it a tougher approach with rate of speed. So we're going to let them both go through now. I'm going to get that one caught up here. Okay. There we go. As you're approaching, I really like 1, 2, 3 strides of rate on the first barrel, and then you still go deep because of the angle, but only 2 strides of rate on the barrel to the right in the afternoon. I love your hands. I want you to see the difference in your approach. Cost you on that first barrel. You have a really nice approach here. And then look how nicely you come around it. You go to the horn. Your hand's a little more guiding to her, not pulling. In this one, you're sitting deeper. You're not really sitting deep, sorry. And then you get past it, and you kind of just try to bring her back around with your hands, and you're just making up for time there. So I'm going to let it continue on to your second barrel. I love your hands a lot better on second barrel in the afternoon than in the morning. Stop right there, and you will see how much you're leaning and pulling off to the side, and how here you're more staying near the saddle horn. You're sitting in the middle of her, riding her more with your body. You can even put your hands back forward and just help her get around the barrel by driving her. So that made a huge difference too. See the difference in the pulling to the side versus staying more in the center of her. It's a much more balanced turn. So with those two factors right there, it already sees that you would shave off that time of the half second. So, and same thing on this barrel, you're able to stay forward on her. You keep your hands right over the center of her. You're not pulling on her, you're just letting her work. Just remember to keep your hands closer to the middle of your horse. Try not to pull over to the side. If you need to bump her and then go right back, that's fine. Photographs sometimes will catch a hand off to the side, but then it's just a quick bump. But see the difference where your hand is in the turns? Whoops. Let me back that up. All right, so you keep your hands a little bit higher in the morning. They're way down here by your thighs and your knees and the barrel. In the afternoon, they're up closer to your saddle horn. So that makes a big difference as well. And you had a really nice hustle home. She's a nice horse. You guys make a great team. It was one of my favorite stories of the clinic. She lost her rider. You lost your horse. And you two have been becoming a team for a year now. You're just two souls that definitely need each other and make a special team. So I think you'll be doing great things. So please follow up with me and let me know how things go. I think you did awesome. Like I said, you shaved off. You were a clinic champion. You shaved off 0.6 of a second, and I can't write, but some exercises I'd like to see you go ahead and practice for competition. Just make sure you're lining up with that third barrel. If it's an alleyway center, it's easy. If you're coming in from side gates, just get to that almost third barrel, make a little right turn if you need to, and line up and go. And again, try to keep your hands over the center of her, even in the forward position. You're going to always want to look at least 4 feet to the side of the barrel and 4 feet past. And then when you get to the back side and the exit of your turn, spot 2 and 3, that's where you're going to want to start smooching and hustling her. You might need a little inside leg when you get to a turn, but you're always going to want to look 4 feet to the side of the barrel and 4 feet past, so you get her in the hole before she turns. Keep your reins forward and just smooch and get her through those turns. Don't quit riding her in the turns. You can sit for your balance, but still drive her with your voice and your legs and reins forward. A nice drill you can practice with her to get used to riding more with your body and less with your hands would be to ride 2 hands between the barrels. You can set these in a pasture, cones, poles, barrels, whatever. Sit for rate just about when you get to the barrel. Drop that outside rein and just ride a circle and a half one-handed. Back to 2 hands. Sit for rate, drop that outside rein, a circle and a half. And this will really work on you riding your quarter turns with your eyes, your body. And repeat that all the way around. Repeat the other direction. That's really good. The D pattern, like we did in the clinic's a great one. You can do the entire thing one-handed, or you can do 2 hands into the small one one-handed. So keep up the great work, and again, follow up with me. And thanks again for coming to the clinic. Congratulations on being our champion.